Peace be upon you. Welcome, welcome, our followers, to a new clip. In this clip, I will tell you about the fiercest and greatest heavyweight boxer on earth, the British giant Tyson Fury, who became the undisputed heavyweight legend. Some fans even prefer him over Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. But when Fury almost committed suicide, and when his weight became more than 150 kilograms, follow with us the amazing story of this boxer, a walking mountain, an armed arsenal. The strongest boxers were unable to penetrate it, fitness beyond imagination, and unbelievable lightning speed. All of this made world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury the most dangerous boxer on the face of the earth and the greatest to wear boxing gloves in this century. Dozens tried to overthrow and defeat him, but they failed before him and achieved their awaited punishment. So they fell before his superior prowess by knockout. He has a fantastic record of 33 wins without any defeat. He is the only boxer to have eliminated the American monster John T. Wilder. What is surprising is that when he was born, he weighed only half a kilogram, so the doctors thought that he would not live long, especially since he was born in the 7th month of pregnancy, and after he survived an early death, his father then named him Tyson. Following the example of the hero Mike Tyson, who was the world champion at the time, and a symbol of tremendous strength and challenge, Fury started boxing when he was 10 years old. His coach at the time was his father, and he continued to train him for 13 years. At the age of 20, Fury became a professional boxer and began to rise in the professional world in a very strong way. He was victorious in his first fight by knockout. He was then able to defeat 6 opponents within only 7 months, during the first 4 rounds. In the year 2015, Fury had achieved an impressive record of 24 wins without any defeat, which qualified him for his most important fight against the world champion at the time, Vladimir Klitschko, who remained the world champion for a period of time. 9 years without anyone being able to defeat him. He was a true legend with a record of 64 wins against only 3 defeats. Fury was able to deliver a terrifying performance against the champion Klitschko that night, after Klitschko started the fight strong in the first round. He defeated Fury in the next round. He was able to avoid Klitschko's devastating blows by using his speed and great fitness. He did not give him any chance to hit his famous right kick. Fury even hit him with one of the most famous iconic strikes that made his head jump as if it were separated from his body. The fight ended with Fury winning unanimously and defeating Klitschko for the first time in 9 years. And he then became world champion for the first time. But the shocking surprise: after he won the world championship, he no longer had any motivation to train and return to the ring. Fury then entered a state of severe depression, because of which he canceled his second fight with Klitschko. He stayed away from training for several months, and his weight increased dramatically until he reached more than 150 kilograms, and he suffered from severe psychological problems to the point that he thought he committed suicide and resorted to addiction to alcohol and drugs, which led to his boxing license being withdrawn and his titles and championships being stripped of him. In an emotional interview then, Fury said, "I had not gone to training for months and was severely depressed. I just don't want to live anymore. All the money in the world and all the fame and glory, they don't mean anything if you're not happy. I wish to die every day." But the only clip of his mockery and provocation from the American boxer John T. Wilder, who was the world champion at the time, it changed everything in Fury's head. And he restored his life as if he had lived with an electric shock. Fury has since returned to training. In just 1 year, he was able to turn his life upside down. So he fought a fight and won in both by knockout before the fight he dreamed of was announced against the super world champion Ty Wilder, who had a record nasif with 41 wins, all by knockout, without any defeat. An enthusiastic fight took place between them, and it ended. It lasted 12 rounds, in which both boxers performed at an amazing level. Fury was able to outperform Wilder in many rounds of the fight, and surprised the world with his speed of movements and high fitness. In the 9th round, Wilder was able to direct a right blow to Fury and knock him to the ground, but Fury returned to standing and watching the fight directly. In the last round of the fight, Wilder dropped Fury again after he punched him 2 nights ago, and the referee started counting Fury again, and again Fury was able to stand and continue the fight until the end, and after the referee announced the end of the fight. The 3 referees voted to determine the result, and their decision was very controversial after it was declared a draw between the 2 boxers. Then another fight was announced between the 2 boxers for the championship title again, but this time Fury dominated Wilder, and he tasted something he had never tasted in his entire life, a crushing punch. It sent Wilder to the ground for the first time in his career. Fury followed up with a brutal body kick. I dropped Wilder again, causing him to stagger throughout the fight and receive a huge amount of punches while leaning on the ropes, unable to even defend himself, forcing his coach to throw in the towel and withdraw from the fight, thus earning Fury the title. World Championship and be the first to defeat the monster Wilder. The story did not end here. One of the conditions for the first fight was that 2 fighters would face off in a 3rd fight in the event of Wilder's defeat. And this actually happened. This confrontation was one of the most enjoyable and violent confrontations in history. Pure joy and excitement that reached the sky as the 2 boxers fought an existential battle in which both were ready to die in order to win. And in the 3rd round, Fury sent his opponent to the ground for the first time with a set of massive punches. But Wilder returned to continue the fight as if nothing had happened, and after that, in just 1 round, he managed to hit Fury with a deadly artillery shell that knocked him to the ground mercilessly. Then Wilder came back and fell again in the same round. Here, fear and confusion appeared on Fury's face, which was surprised by Wilder's strength again. But as happened in the first fight between them, Fury returned to continue the fight as if nothing had happened. And he was able, in the 11th round, to finish off Wilder after he had exhausted him with a terrifying right punch. She destroyed his dreams and confirmed to everyone that Fury was the true, undisputed champion. We hope that you have enjoyed what we have presented to you in this clip, and may you always be safe.